Good morning. Happy Wednesday. How are you today? I am Kalua and I am imperfectly amazing. And I am here with our guidance and our message for the week. So if you are here, whether live, whether on the replay, in fairly quick amount of time, or on a replay way down the road, it is meant for you, and you are part of the collective energy that created this message. So enjoy. All right, I'm going to get right to it. So I'm just going to show them. I'm going to bring them all up, and then we'll go into the discussion because they just all blend completely together this week. So we start with our energy, right? The energy is about walking away. And this is walking away. You can do Adventure Academy. So the energy, excuse me, the energy is walking away. It is about letting go. And that could be from, whatever is not serving you. It might be from, a situation that's going on in your life. And it might be from holding on to something too tightly. Okay. And then, so for our green magic, right, our plants and herbs and everything, we have lemons, which are all about cleansing, which is actually every morning I drink my lemon water because it's very cleansing. And so that's what we're doing. We're like cleaning out. So whatever this is that we're walking away from, we're cleaning it out, right? And so that's what this is about. New beginnings, right? New beginnings, clearing the palette kind of thing. And of course, this is a wonderful time for this being the beginning of spring. And we just had last week the new moon. So it was the first new moon of the spring season. So really big time for new beginnings. But then what comes up from the moon, which is interesting, right? Because the moon kind of pulls you in with the dark side, right? The moon is showing us resistance. And if you've been watching my social media all week, I've talked a lot about this. The resistance is what comes up. So what are you resisting when it comes to that cleaning out, to the walking away? What are you resisting when it comes to that? I shared the story that every time I go for something new, please excuse me, please stop. No, I answered that question. Thank you. All right. So every time I'm going for something new in my life, this whole pattern emerges, right? It's like first I'm like gung ho, yeah, take on the world, and then the little thoughts start to creep in, just little things, and I push it away, and then they come back again, right? And then they keep kind of sneaking in more, until I end up talking myself out of it, right? If I don't catch it, I'll talk myself out of it and be like, well, that wasn't really what was meant for me. Actually, it was. It would not have even sparked in my brain if it wasn't. All of those things that come to you, that's your purpose. That's that's coming from the divine. So that is for you. So what is the resistance that's showing up? Is it about is it those negative sabotaging beliefs? Is it an unworthiness? What is showing up for you with that resistance? And what I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about when it comes to resistance is that I like to, so here's the thing. So I talked about when it would show up, I would push it away. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Yes, I already said yes to that. Good morning, Dot. Yes, concept versus practicing and restoring boundaries. Yeah. So when it comes to the resistance, when I would push it away, what would happen? It would come, right? Faster and more furious. And really, I wasn't as aware. So it could sneak up on me a little bit better. What I've started to do in my life now is, like I say, lean into the skid, right? Drive into that skid. So I I embrace the the negative thoughts. I embrace them and I lean into them. So I really like to do tapping. Tapping is something that works really well for me. Um, and so that's one of the things that I love about tapping is that you are acknowledging the negative, right? So when you ignore it, it's almost like it screams louder. But when you tap or you do something, even with tapping, like in addition to tapping, one of the things I like are even if affirmations. So, I am abundant and wealthy, right? Even if I don't feel it right now, right? So that even if acknowledges the negative that might be happening in your brain, right? And it disempowers it. It's like all of a sudden that negative thought was like, but, oh, okay, never mind. So it disempowers it. And so with tapping, I really love that where you're tapping along and you really start on what is that negative thing that's happening inside your mind. And sometimes I'll even exaggerate it just to make sure I'm getting all the pieces that could be in there that I'm not even realizing are in there. And really just go through and get it. And so what it does is when you are having those negative beliefs, right, that tension happens in your body, right? That clench. And that's just because it's not in alignment with you, with your true purpose, right? When something's not in alignment for you, it makes it constrict in your body. And that's sort of, putting you into that fight or flight. So the fact that you are doing the negative while you're tapping on those meridians, what it's doing is it's saying those negative beliefs, and tapping on the meridians is taking you out of fight or flight. Okay. So now you can breathe. Now you can think clearly. When you're in fight or flight, you're in fight or flight. But now that you're tapping on those negative beliefs, you're coming out of fight or flight. You're getting clearer, right? You're coming back into control, right? You're coming back into like, okay, wait a second, I'm driving the car here. I'm not clenching the steering wheel, but I'm driving nice and calm, Sunday driving, right? So then as you go through and you'll feel it in your body where you feel that calming happening, and then you can start to get to more of the affirmations, and you can even sit there and go through it and like prove it to yourself, because cognitively you know that those are not true. Those negative beliefs, you have seen a million examples of how they're not true, right? So then it's like, and I know better than this. I have seen this person and I have seen this example and I have seen, right? And you can even do that and like prove it to yourself as you go through. And then like land it, bring the ship home with the affirmations, with the I am letting go. I am releasing the resistance. I am walking away from what no longer serves me. I am clearing out, the beliefs that are sabotaging me. I am cleansing my mind, right? And whatever it is that you want to bring home and reprogram your brain with, okay? That is what you will be putting in there now with those affirmations as you tap on all of the points. So let's see what's happening. Good morning, Jennifer. What you resist persists. Yes, right? Yeah. When you ignore it, when you don't lean into it, it just really wants to take over and shout even louder. You may be hearing some of that in the background. I'm not acknowledging the tantrum in the background. It's not going away. So as soon as we end this live, we'll have a frank discussion. So Lisa, good morning. So great to see you. And she's saying, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Dot is saying accepting it as it is, acknowledging it and letting it come in, and then refuse to react to it and respond by movement is so powerful. Yeah, well, and I love my movement. And that's actually, thank you for reminding me, that is actually this week's Crave Club group call is going to be the dance of the divine feminine. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to move that resistance out of our bodies. So, yeah. Um, Tapping is a fascinating process of getting the body and mind to acknowledge that root of negativity to release it. Yes. And that is what I really love about tapping. So I just want to really kind of drive home that, yes, there may be resistance, but we're aware of it now, right? And so that means we can do something about it, because this is a powerful time for for the walking away and for the clearing out your mind. This is the time. And even like for my own personal, I was getting a lot of that. My own personal reading, that I do every morning, I was getting that it's time for letting go. It's time for surrendering into what the universe has in store for me, not controlling it, not right. You can maybe steer the wheel with loose fingers, okay, but not white knuckle grip. And that's really important, having that trust that actually the universe is going to provide what you desire, even beyond what you could possibly imagine, because the universe has so much more wisdom than you do and knows that there's so much more for you than you can even possibly conceive. So the more you let go and trust the universe, the more it shows up and the bigger it shows up. So that's saying, I love the practice of getting out of your brain and into the deeper mind framework of who we are and what we truly believe and hold in our core. And we can quickly push that negative old belief out of our mind and brain. Our body then has a new process to remind us it's old and no longer worthy of responding to or holding. I love it. I love it, Dot. Thank you so much. All right. So that's what I've got for you today. I want to invite you, if you haven't already seen, I think I told you save the date last week, April 19th at 7 p.m. I will be talking free talk, 5 steps for accessing your feminine power. Very excited about this. And then, it's funny because it's like, I'll talk about this all day, right? So just had a big conversation with somebody yesterday, and like at the end of the conversation, we were on Zoom. She's like, oh, we should have hit record on this one, right? So this is something I could talk about all day, but I will limit myself to an hour or about an hour on that Tuesday, April 19th. And really excited about this. I think it's going to be really inspiring and powerful, and just a different, unique way of looking at it. So my link is in the okay, so if you're on Instagram, my link is in my profile. If you are here with me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or YouTube, there's a link in the description that has access to that Eventbrite. And yeah, just go register. I can't wait to see you. Have an amazing week. I hope this was inspiring for you. And I will see you soon. Of course, reach out if you need anything. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.